Sukiana is pregnant with Ray J's baby. Let's talk about it.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you guys what happened today. But Suki was after her performance, she went crazy. I don't know what was going. No, it was something going on behind the scenes. She was getting into it with somebody.
No, yeah, it was a lot going on. I wanted to.
Well, Lemmy, can you protect my future baby mama because she pregnant?
Absolutely.
She pregnant with my baby.
She can't. Oh
She
wow.
pregnant with my baby.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's a lot.
that's a lot. That's a lot. Listen,
I know, but you got to protect baby mama. Number
hey
2.
man.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from Make Nation TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I've been doing YouTube since 2005. It's now 2025, so if you don't know, now you know. A Connection TV as a brand is synonymous with Bad Girls Club and going into baddies, so it only is befitting that I continue the conversation. Hey, y'all. So we know Ray J is a clown. Ray J is a clown. I'm pretty sure in my mind, Suki is not pregnant by Ray J, but y'all saw the video. So Ray J is being funny and, saying that, hey, you got to protect my baby mama number 2. You got to protect my baby mama number 2. So listen, Sukiana went off after a performance. And Lemmy being Lemmy was like, well, I don't know what's going on, but Sukiana went off and I can't say much, but yeah. I think it's the job of the people to keep the conversation going. A lot of individuals are like, why do they always talk about it? Can we wait to the show? No, that Zeus is Zeus because they always stay in the headlines. They always stay in on the blogs. The conversation about Zeus is gonna run it over because they keep these girls keep their phone. And they're obligated not to say anything, under contract not to say anything, but they could just hint at what's happening. And it keeps the juices flowing. I mean, that's the only reason why blogs are posting and the girls are going off and the girls are going off. People are amped up to see Baddies USA. I like Sukiana. I liked Sukiana when she was on Caribbean with Sapphire, and I just liked what she stood for on television. Everything's edited to look a certain way, but her arguments that she had on the show made sense, and I could rock with her. And she seemed at the time to be the only one to go up against Rollie and not have an issue with going up against Rollie. So I thought that was tough. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I know about some other stuff. And it's hard for me not to tell y'all about everything, but it is what it is. As a whole, though, I like Sukiana's personality. I think it's dope. And Ray J and Sukiana, wasn't Ray J started his own network? I don't know if it still exists, but Ray J started his own network and has Sukiana on there. I never watched this. I don't know. Maybe y'all could tell me in the comments. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's interesting, right? Who did she go off on? Who did she fight? Was it Tinka? Was it Rollie? Or maybe she didn't fight at all, but who did she, go off on? This thing, I put this shit too close to my eye. Y'all listen, when life takes a toll, baby, you got to try to stay in there. Some way, some shape, some way, somehow. You got to try to stay in there. What else is on the docket? Chrisean and Lemmy go back and forth. Now, Lemmy, what's interesting about this guy, I've heard a lot. What was interesting about his online persona is that he is with the ish too. He is with the ish. And with regards to the company, his company, or the powers to be, he is quick to make a response to anything that he feels is not representing his company in a positive light, right? And so we're going to talk about him and Chrisean going back and forth. And, I think it's really, really interesting. Now, I don't know what INA stand for, but have Blue and his peoples to call you because you on some foul ish, straight up. You wrong. You weak ass, did some demonic ass ish, bitch. That was for my son and his father and 2 weird ass straight up, you set me to fail, and I hate you with all my heart. I hate you, and you think you're going to get away with it. Bet. So his response is, threats and hatred towards others are not reflective of God's nature. Ain't he interesting? He's a real interesting person. Your words and actions seem sinister and stem from a place of bitterness and hatred rather than love and grace. As scripture reminds us, so in Christ Jesus, you are all children of God through faith. Galatians 3:26. Regarding Blue and his family, we are in a good place. Zeus and I remain committed to supporting him upon his release. I sincerely encourage you, Miss Rock, to seek healing, get mental help, and focus on caring for your son. That should be your true priority. May God bless and soften your heart. At Chrisean, I've done nothing but extend countless opportunities to you and have compensated you generously for your time and involvement. I've done nothing to you, but it's all love, no malice, and certainly no hate on my end. However, I am no longer interested in engaging in any professional capacity with you. You've repeatedly displayed patterns of manipulation, deceit, and ingratitude that make working with me and Zeus entirely untenable. Your conduct has been consistently disrespectful, disruptive, and disingenuous. While you are undeniably entertaining and possess talent, talent alone can only take one so far. It is character and integrity and humility that sustain longevity. Your actions have consistently reflected otherwise, contradicting the godly image you so often profess. I sincerely wish you blah, 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 blah. And then a message from Chrisean. I didn't need the triple digit K. I just needed an opportunity. He highlighted it out, but it's triple digits. I can go get my own money. It's like y'all robbed me from walking down that narrow road people scared to walk down. People don't start actually caring about other people till they wind up. Why is she always talking about somebody unaliving? I'm so confused about that. Those talks we have was priceless. But what I learned, you can't make friends in this ish. I thought I had a friend. I don't want war. I don't baddies. I don't want triple digit K. Just forgive me and leave where I'm at. And I'll do the same. I'm deleting everything off my page and I won't mention your network ever again. Don't respond to Blueface Peoples. If they hit you on my behalf, don't respond to Pastor Mike. I'm sorry. I should have never done baddies and I should have never been in the mix to begin with on everything. I really did. And I really did change in the environment. It was so different from what I remembered. I don't actually hate you. I love you. I just hate what I put myself through. Okay, so he throwing up, that's a receipt. He throwing up a receipt. It's online. It's gonna be there forever, right? Let's go to Chrisean page and see if she deleted everything. She said she was going to delete everything off her page. Let's see if she deleted. Nope, she didn't delete everything off her page. It's still there. It's still there. Listen, I don't want her to delete everything off her page. I said what I said on my Snapchat at Chrisean. Just getting into the crypto field, locking with my guy who can teach you how to trade. Don't let people that are at war within themselves destroy the God-given light in you. It's sad that Tifa went from performing happy and the whole city showed them love, and this was just their own booking without no drama, no fights. That's how you know Zeus demonic at Chrisean. Keep going, you the real star. Yeah, people just wear masks. Broken promises, God plans, things quickly turned at Chrisean when she learned the company was demonic. So this is 2 hours ago. This is Chrisean's response. Chrisean's response. At Lemuel Plumber, this billion-dollar company attempted to attack my character after I expressed myself. The same individual who's making these claims is the one who instructed someone to go through my personal belongings and take my ID. I felt betrayed and unsafe. I believed I had friends, but instead I was taken advantage of by people I trusted. This black-owned company, which should be uplifting black women, instead exploited and manipulated me for their own gain, even going as far as instructing a man to withhold my ID so I wouldn't have a way home. This is 2 hours ago. Let me post everything, bro. Brokenhearted. So this is Chrisean's response at posting their text messages. It's 2 hours ago. I did everything but unalived, heartbroken. People, places, and things. I take full accountability. I learned a lot of it was I learned a lot of it was self-inflicted, but when you have people with power and money against what you stand on, women in general ain't respected in no industry, not even sports. At Lemuel Plumber, this is 2 hours ago. I looked up to you like you had a heart. Hold on, let's go back to it. I looked up to you like you had heart of a father, not a vulture. I'm more heartbroken than mad because at the end of the day, I'm fending for my only son. You will understand when your son get here. Since my son came to life, all I long for is real love and support. It's like every turn I make, everyone takes from me, and only thing I have done is that word keep coming out of her mouth. I didn't need the 200K. I just needed an opportunity. So she got 200K. All right, listen. I'm not gonna read the rest of these messages. What else? Everywhere I turn, there are no room for me to breathe in. Brokenhearted. Just because I'm expressing myself doesn't mean I'm crazy. I am not a tough girl. Put me in the fire for some reason I didn't unalive. I'm not crazy. I'm hurt. So I'm gonna ask y'all, where do y'all stand with it? Like I see a lot of comments underneath my videos saying, Chrisean has to blame herself. It's not Latifah. Or I see people saying, I believe Chrisean seek healing. They need help. They need counseling. All of those things. Listen, I'm not gonna comment on the severity of what's going on, but it's interesting to say the least, right? When I look at Zeus, because someone was under my comments saying that I speak ill of Lemmy. I've never spoken ill of Lemmy. I don't know what y'all be hearing, but I do be speaking English. I don't speak a foreign language or alien language. I speak English. Zeus as a whole is benefiting off the exploitation of blacks. But if said black people did not go on Zeus to exploit themselves, we wouldn't have Zeus. No shade. Zeus started off with scripted comedy and skits, but no one appreciated that. I myself am a victim of that. On my platform, ACTV Plus, I do scripted skits and drama and stuff like that, but people don't pour into that. When I upload something on my platform, all people want to see is sex, or all people want to see is fighting, i.e. Now That's TV. Now That's TV is like the second lead into Zeus because all they promote is fighting. And so that's what y'all like. So are blacks being exploited? Yes, but these said black people are getting paid to exploit themselves, and they continue to go. Right. And then we see certain things like, or I hear certain things that is not out in the blogs. And then that leaves it with an impression of this particular man. I don't know Lemmy. I've never met him. I don't know if I'll ever meet him. But from what I've heard on a personal tip and from what we see and the stuff that came out and stuff like that, I'm like, dang, like that sucks. If all of this is true, it sucks that we have a black man in power, just like what Sean said, a black owned company, a black man in power that is not giving us a solution to the chaos. Like God's plan, would that show have been successful? I doubt it, because y'all don't want to see shows like that. Y'all don't. Y'all don't want to see stuff like that. Y'all want to see the mess. And even when Zeus tried to do something different, i.e., with Love Cabin, y'all clown it and y'all say, "Oh, this is a Love Island ripoff." And so it's like, when they try to do something different, y'all say don't. When they do something different, y'all don't support. So it's like an unbalanced scale when it comes to me and Zeus. I feel like Zeus is in a place now where they have enough money to create quality content that black people can be proud of. Let's be clear. Black people really can't be proud of baddies. What does that represent? It's not really representing much. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is, but y'all find it entertaining, y'all watch, and so says Lemmy, they're $1 billion company because of it. I can't shame the man or blame the man for, leaning into a pocket that's willing to feed his. It is what it is. He's given a property to a certain demographic or just as a whole, because I'm sure black people aren't the only one that watch Zeus, a certain demographic, and they're eating it up. Can't be mad at the man. You can't be mad at the man. And so I don't know Lemmy to dislike him. I just wish that there was a little bit of everything on Zeus currently, in the current climate of Zeus. But what put Zeus on the map? Jocelyn Hernandez and natalienunn with their shows. I mean, I Love Chance or Chance of Love was cool, but let's be clear. Jocelyn's Cabaret and Baddies, more so Baddies than Jocelyn's Cabaret, but Jocelyn, both those women put Zeus on the map. It is what it is. That's how I look at it. If he could show me stats to say otherwise, it is what it is. But I don't dislike the man. I don't know the man. I don't speak ill of the man. I speak facts of what the company has done and, things that I know about. You know what I'm saying? You know how he gets on the video and be like, well, I can't talk about that. Well, there's a lot of things I can't talk about either. And there's a lot of things that the girls can't talk about during their interviews that are being filmed. But off camera, I learned some things. So it just, it is what it is. Unfortunately, that does feed into my opinion sometimes of the situations that's going on because I know extra stuff. But I just need y'all to understand, like, everything that I speak on from a place of privilege and knowing certain things and just a place of knowing. You know what I'm saying? I don't speak blindly on a lot of things. I may seem like I'm speaking blindly on some things, but I say 95% of the time when I'm speaking on something, I'm speaking on something because I know about it. Now, not unless I say, oh, I don't know what happened, or y'all tell me, let me know in the comments, then that's when I really don't know. But otherwise, I'll be speaking on things. Another thing that I want to talk about, though, the fact that I'm black and gay. Somebody left a comment saying, "Oh, you're black and gay. You really shouldn't be speaking on this." What? I'm a black and gay man. I shouldn't be speaking on this. As a subscriber, a person that spends $5.99, I can speak about anything on Zeus because I'm a subscriber to it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like saying, "Oh, women can't talk about men's football," but they do. Why? Because they consume it. So if I consume whatever I'm watching, I can speak on it. If I go to Chick-fil-A and I buy a meal, I can speak on the fact that they're putting funding behind anti-homosexual stuff. I can speak on that. I can just speak on it even if I don't buy their food because I'm homosexual. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like, if you consume something, you can speak on whatever you want to speak on. Now, like a white person having an opinion on the choice of using the N-word, they can speak on it all day long. You can speak on anything you want to speak on, but does your opinion hold weight when you're not black? No, not really. And, my opinion may not hold weight to some people because I'm not a female or a woman. But a lot of y'all watch, a lot of y'all respect my opinion, and a lot of y'all comment. So it holds weight to somebody. At the end of the day, just because I'm black, gay, and a man don't mean that I can't speak on baddies. I consume the shit, so I can speak on whatever I want. 1, 2, I've been talking about Bad Girls Club for a very long time. 3, I know a lot of these women, so I can speak on them. It is what it is. People can talk about whatever they want to talk about in the world. Freedom of speech, right? As of right now. Not unless Donald Trump take that. He tried that with the late night talk show. We're going to see. But yeah, it's all in good fun, right? We talk about things that we like to talk about, and you can adopt similar connections despite our differences. I want to give a couple shout outs to the last video I uploaded this morning. I woke up, it was over 2,000 views. Appreciate it. I woke up, it was over 100 likes, 100 comments. I appreciate it. Respect y'all. I definitely do. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. All right. The big 3 did make baddies. Nobody said the show wouldn't go on. It's just common sense. They made the show. Africa season would have never lasted a full season without them. Why is that so hard to agree with? Just hating. Lev 25. It's not hate that we don't agree. It's a difference of opinion when we don't agree. It's called agree to disagree, right? The big 3 did make baddies. No, they didn't. Baddies wasn't in existence before Big 3 was even thought of. Nobody said the show wouldn't go on. It's just common sense. They made the show again. No, they did not. Africa's season would have never lasted a full season without them. We don't know that because they were on the season. But what we do know is that there have been plenty of seasons without the big three. And it's okay to acknowledge that fact. Can we not? We can't acknowledge that fact. So you mean to tell me if big three disappeared, that Baddies is going to disappear too? That's false. That's false. Now, those polarizing personalities were the main storyline throughout Baddies Africa, but I can easily say if it wasn't for the new three, the big three wouldn't have a storyline, would they? Would they? They wouldn't. Based on y'all's sense of the show, they would not, right? Because Big Three became a thing between Big Three and New Three because of New Three. So if it wasn't for Cold Killer, K-Rican, and Fauna, Big Three wouldn't have a storyline. Can we say that? I'm sure y'all probably gonna be like, no, because they got involved in other things. Well, I can easily say no to your comment because Big Three wasn't the only storyline of Baddies Africa. Diamond versus Choco was a storyline. Tavi versus Lex was a storyline. Tavi versus Cold Killer was a storyline. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta make sense when sometimes y'all gotta make sense sometimes. M_does says, nah, Dolly. The whole entire crowd booed at you. Nah, Dolly, you lost. That's funny. I like. Then we got Spoke Nothing But the Truth from R War. Okay. The Real Dot. The way now that TV girls get set up. ST Zeus is crazy as F. Ivory and DTB made a hard pivot and outsmarted the network. Everyone else tarnished their image messing with Zeus. Interesting. I remember when I watched clips of Chrisean behavior and how she punched a girl just because she said Chrisean messy and punched another girl into a mirror and people love it. Now, look how Chrisean career now even set up her own sister. People used to hate it when I bring her up. And now I'm not going to talk about junior problems because that's too far. Because I have a child with a disability and it's a lot. I think people should stop there. Also, Dolly ran in the kitchen and got a knife after she fought Ivory after the club. Cannot rap that at all. I can't rep that. I'm sorry. If y'all like that behavior, that's great. No, I'm really not even playing. How is Rollie on USA after saying for the 800th time she quit? I'm glad she is because I liked her this season, but girl, you look crazy. I agree. I smile every time you hit the what you talking about. What you talking about? I appreciate that. Honestly, no shade. In my opinion, Ivory played a big role on why people initially started liking Lex. Ivory coming from Not Us TV as a heavy hitter and a bully, and then she runs into who went toe to toe with her. That made Lex look like a hero. I could vibe with that. I can gather that too. That makes sense. It's on site about Emmett Till. I'm a square ups so fast. I gathered that. I gathered that. That makes sense. I can understand someone never liking Summer again because of that comment. If you don't know about Emmett Till, educate yourself. Please. That was nothing to play around with. In a time, and we're in a time right now where things are constantly happening to black folks. Black truck drivers are disappearing in the Midwest. Nobody's talking about that. People are being hung in the South and in the Midwest. Nobody's talking about that. You can't play around with Emmett Till's name. That is nothing to play around with. Okay? Nothing at all. And no other baddie or bad girl made that kind of mistake. No one else but Summer. It's no shade, but I think producers was in biglex air about Jayla. I know about that. And I know the producers' names that were involved in that. Obviously, I can't talk about it, but I know about that. So I do have that extra insight as to why I may not care for her as much. But even with all of that said, from season to season, I have adjusted my language with regards to her because I base her on what I see on TV. Okay? Honestly, you can't be fine with being most hated. And they know they are, then cry about being booed. They know most people don't want to see them back. So Summer unfollowed Lex and Dolly, though. Must be tea. Let's go. You spoke nothing but the truth on the big three. Lex would beat Tinka down, and I'm not a fan of the big three neither. Beat her down, though? Ooh, I don't know about that. Beat her down, though. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Beat her down? I don't know. What's up, La? I love your videos, Wes. You be speaking facts. These ladies all have their flaws. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. They all have that moment when they do something so silly that make you question whether you like them or not. And they have that crazy behavior. They all be cutting up and be all over the place. I said that about Jayla with regards to Biggie, and I mentioned that to Jayla. Like, why was you going at Biggie like that? And then Jayla said what happened. So I talked to Jayla on that. Like, y'all, again, listen, I made that video. I'm not going to go back and forth. Thank y'all to the people that recognize real. Thank y'all to the people that watch. Thank y'all to the people that comment. Thank y'all to the people that like. I love y'all. It's all love. We can adopt similar connections despite our differences. I got to get this shit off my face, and I got to eat. Love y'all. See y'all later. Deuces.